perhaps. If not, then that's going to be Shangse. Total player number of deaths at game end, 26 to 40 is probably your safest bet there. No, actually,
Okay.
41. Nah, yeah, 26 to 40 sounds right. There you go.
Okay.
Hey, I got 3 out of 4 last time. I just got kind of messed up because the Phoenix got some additional damage right before the GG and GG timed out. So 3 out of 4, you know, it's close. Mike almost had that quap for the magic damage, but didn't quite pan out.
Yeah, close but not perfect, John. What can you do? What can you do? It happens. Love to see JT's Enigma, by the way. Very excited to see that happening. But before that, level 1 team fight might break out. Aster.Aries, he's spotted here, FY. Not leveling rebound yet. Could still go for it if he wants to, but doesn't seem to want to make the dive in. They are going to find the more important aspect, which is the Observer Ward. And a bit of misplacement there with the Observer Ward. Just within that Cliff Sentry range is now Red Panda. A couple fair bit of damage, but is going to be okay. Doesn't bother throwing out the Poison Touch. And it seems like it is going to be a 2-for-2 trade on the bounties anyway. So a very even start between these two teams. Let's start off with that mid lane, John. You're going to have Emo there on that mid storm against, of course, Yi on that Death Prophet. Who wins out this laning stage based off the hero matchups, John?
Honestly, it does feel DP should be finding more, but it's not like unplayable for Storm level 3 spike. You can opt for the 1-1-1, double static overload trades on Yi. If the Storm does go too close, you can punish with level 2 Spirit Siphon. So that's where things can really ramp up for the DP. And I think overall, Yi should have a little bit more play there. Like, he should be able to kind of control the lane better, eke out a slight advantage, but you're not going to be completely shutting down Emo unless he severely missteps in the lane.
Okay, fair enough. How's those other lanes going is what I was meant to ask. Maybe top lane. JT and the Enigma, of course. One of my favorites to watch here, the JT Enigma. Me against Ulu and Red Panda. And you're also going to have FY there on the Marcy. And never mind that, because bot lane, First Blood is going to break out. Pango does end up going down. Fly of all people, able to secure First Blood on the PA. And, well, you couldn't really ask for a better start here for the side of IG.
Yeah, it's just a lot of slow. You get that Poison Touch off, you get the Dagger off, you can just chase someone down. And once you see one of Pango's spells already committed, Shangse can't really run. Cooldown on Swash is pretty high, cooldown on Shield Crash is also moderately high early on, and there's really not much a Wind Ranger does at level 1. Like, you have Wind Run ready on Ponlo. Even if he had Shackles up, I doubt you can stop both Ollie and Fly unless they, again, kind of stack up together in the line, which they probably wouldn't do. So this is just going to be a lot slower here for Aster.Aries, and even trades up top.
Yeah, Red Panda going to end up dropping. Not the greatest sign as the Enchantress. Like, you really want to try and dominate lanes as Ench, but against Enigma, it is rather difficult. And FY, of course, on that Marcy, not going to make it any easier. In fact, another stun out. Dispose is available. Ulu in trouble once again, but is going to be able to Meld Strike and be just fine. In fact, FY now, the one to be chased down by Red Panda with the Enchant, is going to be able to survive and salve up. A little bit of unfortunate timing as well there for IG, because the Eidolons end up expiring mid-dispose. Had that not happened, Ulu probably would have gone down.
Yeah, you would have had enough damage to kind of deal with Ulu. Gonna need some detection for the melt. There is a little bit of play for Ulu there, but a lot slower.
Emo's in the jungle already, John.
Yeah.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
That's not really what I expected. I mean, the DP should have a better time. Not this much of a better time. I guess because of the lead Yi has, you can't even go up and try to static remnant the wave. You're always going to cop either the Crypt Swarm or a little bit of that Spirit Siphon. And remember, the damage was buffed. Like, it's not a percent value, so there is more burst early on because of how it works. Yeah. It used to just kind of tickle you until you hit, like, level 3 Spirit Siphon, but on something like the Storm, who doesn't have the greatest HP pool, really easy to whittle down.
Apparently, Emo does not believe in buying salves, Jonathan. He's too much of a chat. He's not going to waste his gold on the regen items. This top lane, Ulu now in trouble. A lot more damage with the Eidolons to fly out. Red Panda, that's an aggressive maneuver from Red Panda to move in once again. He'll try to heal up through the damage output. FY, he has rebound and doesn't even need it. A double kill for the Marcy. So at least the top lane going very well for IG. Side lanes going pretty decently. Mid lane not so much. In fact, look at Emo again, being chased down here. Yi already just getting through over half his HP on this Storm Spirit. I suppose Emo kind of living up to his name right now.
Yeah, he's not going to be feeling that good up against Yi. And he does lack small camps to play with, so we saw him struggling with the medium camps, giving Yi more free EXP. Level 5 up now in the DP. This is without any sort of rotations as well. He doesn't need it. Emo just has to kind of hold out until he can hit like level 5. Good fortified to keep this dive.
Is he dead?
We'll force a TP, but Emo...
Oh, FYI, he's going to make... That was on the edge. Level 2 Crypt Swarm was available, but the sidekick coming in, FY just forcing Yi to back off there. Close call. It kind of goes to show you how desperate things are for the mid lane of IG right now, though. Like, Emo just doesn't have a game up until level 6, and we'll jump in. FY is going to try and save the day. In fact, Ollie even showing up. This is a great maneuver from the side of IG to try and make sure that lead doesn't really pay off. But Emo, he's dropping way too low. He's still going to fight and does secure the kill. He gets it first. It's a win for the side of IG. It just takes a lot of commitment. But my God, was that close.
Too much commitment. It opens up the side lanes in a huge way, though. I feel like Aster.Aries are going to be really happy, giving Ulu some room to breed on that TA to just keep the farm game, allowing their Pangolier to finally get some harassment off onto Fly. And then that's actually pretty important. Your DP is already 5 anyway. You're about to hit 6. You don't really mind that, because they're committing all these resources before Exorcism's up. Once Exorcism's up, you can definitely expect yourself to just group up mid, and if the supports get tied in again, same scenario rises. Free farm for Ulu, catch up for Shangsa, and just a slowdown on this PA who really needs a good Battle Fury timing in this game.
Absolutely. The one negative, of course, about that mid-rotation as well, by the way, John, the side lanes were cleared up. And look at this again. 3 heroes in the mid lane by IG. Jump in, Yi, he's going to be targeted. They really want this DP. Spirit Siphons are going, though, healing him back up. Yi just trying to back his way up at FY. The body blocks from our Marcy. Gonna pay off. IG, they are not having it. This Death Prophet not gonna have the game it wants.
Yeah, they're investing heavily on Emo catching up, and now that does give Emo the EXP lead. So he's gonna have 6 at a fairly good point in the game. And once that's up, catching him out, punishing him on Aster.Aries' end becomes a lot tougher. You don't have a value point in silence here for Yi. You're not going to have that for quite some time as well. So you are just going to be stuck relying on really a Shackle or a Rolling Thunder, maybe a neutral creep out from Red Panda. Easier said than done. And they've managed to kind of balance back from that rougher start for Emo. 6-1 start already for IG. They are still lagging behind in net worth because of all that commitment that these kills have to come in for. So they just need to watch out. They are getting good farm on Fly now. Number 3 in net worth. Battle Fury time should still line up. But if Ulu is allowed to kind of transition to jungle, well, that's where it gets scary.
Top lane, Red Panda in danger again, is going to drop. JT even going for the Malefice. Back in onto Ulu. FY doesn't have any more spells to throw out. So they are going to lose the Inch, but they won't lose Ulu. He just fine to back his way out once again on the TA and even salve up.
Trying to get some space out. You're happy enough to sacrifice the Inch for your core to live. They're trying to get aggressive down bot here as well, with Ponlo kind of just going forward, but the Shackle doesn't quite connect. You are reaching into the Rolling Thunder point for Shangsa, so you can play, just need to wait a bit, and it is up now. Again, your only setup is Shackle, which is easier said than done to really consistently land on multiple heroes.
Slower game now, 7-1 the way of IG. A very good game thus far. Net worth sitting the way of Aster.Aries, however. Qualifier actually going to TP up towards the top lane now as the PA, so just keep prepping for the top tier 1 tower push with JT. Meanwhile, bottom lane, the push will start with Yi. He does pop the Exorcism. Everyone else getting out from IG, so nobody going to get picked off here down the bot lane. They just want to trade. Meanwhile, top lane, Ulu is going to drop. Fly, he'll find another kill for himself on the PA, and that's great news for the side of IG.
Man, they just have such a good read as to what they want to do. They know the bot's gonna fall with a move in from Yi. Just kind of group up top, shift the PA, start to get their own push going with the Eidolon army, and find a really juicy kill. Aster.Aries will have a little bit more control in the bot jungle, but there are still some good wards here from IG to watch them when they farm here.
T1. Bottom lane, however. Xingxi being watched. They'll see the swash, and that'll be enough. Emo, he'll make the jump in. Rolling Thunder, not going to be able to get there in time yet, but he's still trying and actually gets it just barely. Oh, Xingxi. Sometimes you've just got to have faith. He will roll his way out very proudly on the Pango. Poor old Emo, he gets nothing for his trouble.
They managed to dodge out very well in Aster.Aries. Waste a little bit of that time. I think you are surrendering too much space up top, though. IG's more than happy to just camp this area. Ponlo is keeping an eye out to give Ulu a little bit of a companion here, but the PA is now ahead. Fly should have a smooth ride into that Battle Fury if he still wants to go that route. Can't afford to kind of drag this game out a little bit longer. Big issue I'm seeing here for Aster.Aries is the activity from the supports just hasn't really ramped up, although they'll try now, perhaps.
They are gonna give it a crack. Still FY. Look at this man. He just rocks right into Red Panda. He does not care. Perfect positioning from the Marcy. I mean, I don't even know why I'm impressed, John. It's FY. Of course he's gonna be perfectly positioned.
He's been on point this entire game. He's been showing up to the right lanes at the right time, making all the moves, setting up for his team. And look at that. FY has the most kills to 10 minutes. There you go.
Wow.
Very nice, Mikey. Oh, yeah.
Was that your prediction?
Yes, sir.
Jesus, there you go, FY. Shackle's not going to land. He has rebound. He has his team behind him. They aren't too close, but he will be able to get away. If the Shackles landed, you probably would have had the kill, but sometimes you don't get too lucky. Just a little bit out of range there for Ponlo.
And that's always going to be an issue here. Just this lack of control. You've got the Marcy to worry about, you've got the Storm, you've got the PA who also has a blink out. There is a lot of mobility on IG, and you just don't have the hard hold on Aster.Aries unless you just consistently use the Rolling Thunder. Or, you know, follow up with a Silence, but again, the value point in that isn't quite there yet on Yi. They will smoke out here on Aster.Aries, Ponlo and Yi making a move out together.
Where do they go, though? Aster.Aries, I mean, they are right behind Xingxi. Good map movement, though. TP out immediately from our Marcy, back into the mid lane, and a 4-man smoke up. Fly is still around the top area, but he's going to back off as well. So IG, they've read the side of Aster.Aries very well, and now the dire triangle, it's going to be invaded. Ulu, very nice scan indeed, Jonathan. Be able to get out, but Red Panda, he's going to scan out for the team. It may cost him, but they are going to try and force the fight. Emo needs to back out. It's the Rolling Thunder going to fly right through JT. He does have Black Hole. He'll hide in the corner for now, but he is just slowly dying to Yi on that Death Prophet as they'll keep going for more. Ulu, they'll find Ollie here on the Dazzle. FY in trouble, still running. So is Emo. He'll zip away. They've got the Spirit Siphons going on this Marcy. FY barely going to get clipped by that Crypt Swarm. Will drop an Emo. He cannot keep the fight going. He will need to back off an Aster.Aries. Able to take a 3-for-1 trade. So just deciding, rather than retreating, we're going to give up Red Panda, but we're going to take 3 of their lives instead.
It pays off massively for the side of Aster.Aries. Again, good scan, good game sense coming out from them as well, expecting IG to do something when the PA backed off top, because that meant no one was around. They were on the opposite side, and that meant they were also not willing to TP. So they get a read on that smoke, and they just managed to make the most of it. You know, they're still getting the build-up they want on their DP, on their TA, and their Pangolier. They did have to pop Exo, so there's no potential push coming out. And I think with the spells expanded out from Aster.Aries, that could lead to IG maybe shifting their sights onto a mid or bot tier 1 tower push, as it doesn't really take too long for them to get that done with the Eidolon army that JT's microing very well to get some info on the map.
Ponlo. Shackle mid lane. Trying to chip away at Emo. It's a Falcon Blade on the Wind Ranger. Maybe following the footsteps of Seb here, Jonathan. Even going for a blink straight after. No wards necessary here for old Ponlo. Fair enough. Suppose he is the POS 4 to be fair. They probably should buy some wards too, Jonathan, as a POS 5 player. Very frustrating to see it. Yeah. Aries.
Oh.
Just Emo. Top lane though. Ollie going to be spotted out on the Dazzle. Meanwhile, bottom lane, Red Panda does get spotted out. So action all across the map. Ollie does end up dropping. And bottom, well, Red Panda somehow still healing up, still walking away. But FY and Emo, they'll get the job done. So 1-for-1 across the map. Just the support's going down. Not too big of a deal. They'll just trade evenly.
Yeah, just a back and forth trade. Not the biggest loss for either sides. I think you are maybe slightly happier finding the kills on IG's end, just because Emo really needs that build up out of all these heroes here. And the Storm's the one that, again, hurts very hard without the small camp. You're giving all the farm towards Fly, so he just needs these pickoffs to keep going.
I suppose. Ponlo, Arcane, it has been protected. Emo, he's got it. FY though, he's in trouble, but he'll go for the fight against Yi, but he's healing up, so that you might have to give up the Marcy, or maybe not, because the rebound was saved for this moment. They'll find Ponlo, they'll get the Arcane, that'll be enough. Mid-tier 1 tower, it's going to be forced in, but this looks a bit desperate. They popped the Exorcism, so they want to try and get something done with this. JT, meanwhile, though, has the Wraith Pack and Black Hole available. So you can't play this too riskily. Yi, he'll back his way out, realizing this.
And that's Exorcism down again, not really finding the Menting on Aster.Aries' side. They deny Arcane, that's nice, but you don't really get anything for your trouble there outside of losing your support. And as long as this mid-tier 1 stands, I mean, this farm coming out for Fly just keeps going. If he's just allowed to free farm triangle, he dips up top. No one's there to respond onto that PA. Even if they did, it doesn't feel like they've had the match damage to do so.
Red Panda in trouble again. He's going to drop, I think, down to the bot lane, but he is walking away. Emo can't reach him. Ulu takes him out. Red Panda surviving on 30 HP. What can you... It's the Enchantress, isn't it, Joe? It's just classic Ench, just walking away with a slither of HP.
It's the double fluffy hats. He has enough HP to just tank through that salvo and bought enough time for his team to just back him up. Back onto the mid-tier 1 here for Aster.Aries. Without the Storm, the angles are a lot tougher for IG to find, and they're forced to surrender it. Evening out map control for Aster.Aries, giving them an access point down bot. And I think at this point, you really want to plant some forward wards on triangle. Although, again, I suppose if you can't kill off the PA or you're not confident in your pickoff onto that hero, you might just have to ignore it and keep someone else suppressed, keep Emo under duress. That could be maybe the call here from Aster.Aries. 12-6, less than 1k lead onto IG, but it's a very even game, Mike. So many back and forth trades, and everyone's still managing to find some farm despite all these trades.
They are. Very even game. Fly, he takes over the top of the net worth board, though, and I think that's a pretty big cause of concern, though, for Aster.Aries, right? Like, it's a TA. Yeah, she has Battle Fury now, but you would have imagined this TA would have had, you know, a lot more farm by this point, but it just hasn't worked out for Ulu.
Yeah, it hasn't come out yet.
Fly. Look for Yi here on the Death Prophet. Ulu gonna be around as well. They might make the jump in. Ponlo around to break the smoke. In fact, Ollie was just in this instead. He's gonna get spotted out now, and well, this will be a free kill to go the way of Aster.Aries. You will happily take it on the Death Prophet. 4-2-1 now for his KDA. Fly, though, of course, going to be just fine as the gank was tanked. The rest of IG not really panicking whatsoever. Like, there's just no need. You've got the PA. You've got this infinite scaling kind of core with the Enigma as well. There's just no need to try and rush this. No, you've even got the Storm.
Top tower is under attack.
Yeah. It's just a lot of room to grow, and you're in no rush to kind of test the waters here. I think down the line, we've seen this before, but Aster.Aries will be relying on Changsa to kind of be the black hole canceller with the basher up, and he is going for that build up. But that's where things get awkward. Once JT can dictate these engagements on his own, the fights get really harder for Aster.Aries. Smoke out here from IG. No blink yet from JT, but you know, he hasn't really needed to use that black hole just yet anyway.
Scan is perfect. IG, they know exactly where they are. Red Panda, at least, is going to be the one to make the scan happen. Smoke is broken. In fact, this might be perfect for Aster.Aries instead. You don't really want to jump the Ench. Emo, he'll find a nice region before the fight really breaks out, but stun is going to be there. Shackles as well. Rolling Thunder, can he make it in time? Emo, he does get the zip off. Very nice. Aster.Aries not able to secure the kill there onto Emo, and oh, he's got a regen rune in the bottle, John. JT's got a blink dagger on the way on the Enigma. Oh, tough times are coming for Aster.Aries, I feel.
Just gotta be a little bit patient and trying to get that build up they want here on Aster.Aries as well. And that's the blink reveal out on Changsa. which does make things a little bit tougher. The side of IG should be ready for that
Dire's
back
bottom
line
tower is under
protection
attack.
now. They are very close to the BKB of Yi, so that's probably next time, in fact. Emo.
Emo, silence, there. Oh, Shackles does not land. Fair enough. I suppose it was the tire creep anyway. Emo, he's going to be okay. Just couldn't find the angle there on Ponlo to be able to get that nice Shackles on a tree. Now Ponlo's stuck. Ponlo's just on the cliff. He's cosplaying Arteezy right now. He'll die, no problem. IG, they'll lose nothing and they gain themselves another kill for their Storm.
Just finding these pickoffs. I mean, again, it doesn't feel like you're grabbing all too much on IG's end. The net worth really isn't
Radiant's
shifting
middle
too
tower
much,
is under attack.
but Fly is becoming a massive issue. BKB up on the PA. Really nothing to be scared of right now from Aster.Aries for this PA. Like, Ulu doesn't have any MKB, not gonna have one for a while. You don't have the hold to deal with the PA with the BKB up. You've always got this Dazzle that can stand the backline for you as well. The game's just kind of tough in a smoke here.
It's the Aries. Panda in position, does secure the double damage for his team. IG not able to really make use of this smoke that they've just popped. It's the surprise reveal of the Blink Dagger here on JT as well. No one spotted it yet. KB is up on Ulu, but it's not going to help very much in the black hole if he does get caught out. Red Panda will be spotted, but again, it's not really the target they want to make the jump on. He's just a bit too tanky on that edge. Unless you just land crit after crit. That's not really happening for Fly Fight, at least so far. It seems like Aster.Aries, they will avoid the gank attempt that was incoming by IG. They're going to be just fine.
They hold their own. They just play this farm game. It's the tension's really building up because you're getting all these items getting ready. We haven't really seen their effects just yet. We've seen some from Aster.Aries. That blink on Chungsa was up earlier. Even Ponlo now inching towards his own blink. That's where the Wind Ranger can start to feel like a menace if you can always find these angles. Let's smoke out two of them. Ponlo, Chungsa, gonna try to find something, but IG's all up top unless they find an angle to work onto JT here.
Dire
Roshan maybe to be sneaked by Ulu. He's just going to meld in the Roshan pit for now. Roshan will get started. So a bit of a sneaky Roshan attempt. IG, can they predict this is happening? TPs are coming. They seem to know something is awry here, but Roshan's dropping a little bit too fast. Somebody's going to scout this out. Very quickly, Emo, he's going to come in. Can they steal it? He's going to jump back in. FY's in as well. Ulu, he will pick up the Aegis. BKB was popped. Ulu's going to be just fine to pick up that secondary life. And now the Rolling Thunder catching out two on the backside. In goes Fly. He'll take down Shengxi. Onto Yi they go. Ollie, he will be the one to drop into the Dazzle on Emo. He's out of mana on the Storm. He can't survive through this. He will drop to Yi's damage.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
A successful team fight for Aster.Aries. They will drop 1 for 3. And they get the Aegis onto Ulu.
It's a good attempt out from IG. They managed to get a read on that Roach right before it falls, but they weren't quite in position to truly counteract that move, and Aster.Aries finds a lot for their trouble. With the EXO running, they clear out the top tier 1 as well, opening the map just a bit more. JT is trying to split down mid. The tower is still set to stand with Yi to clear out these Eidolons, so not going to be able to trade and start to open up the map here for IG's end as well. Those were some early BKB uses popping out. Fly down to his 8-second charge now. Didn't manage to get that much value out of it. It feels like he is going for the Deso next in the PA, so nothing too strange here this time around. Just wants to soften up these targets and burst them down ASAP. But for Aster.Aries, prime opportunity for their own smoke play now.
Aster.Aries going to try and move into that Radiant jungle. Fly. Back off at the right time, IG. They still have Black Hole to play with, don't forget. But they will try to just avoid the surprise gank coming in from Aster.Aries. They will do so successfully. It's the 1k advantage still holding the way of the Dire. Again, though, the top of the net worth board is Fly on the PA. In fact, Desolator now available on the Phantom Assassin, so a lot more damage to be pumped out. Does see Yi will reveal himself in the blur. He's back off towards the north. Back towards his team goes Fly.
Radiant's
Back to
bottom
farming a bit
tower has
more.
fallen.
Space given for Aster.Aries,
Radiant's
clears out
middle tower
bot
is
tier
under
2,
attack.
gives them outpost control now as well.
Dire's top tower
So they
is
can just
under
take
attack.
over the bot jungle, keep that build up they want on their TA, on their Pango, on everyone really, on Aster.Aries' end. And IG still has some clear answer. Emo, no latch still from
Radiant's
Ponlo.
bottom tower is under
Didn't
attack.
manage to align that. If he did have the follow-up from Xiangsi, and that might have been enough with the defusal there as well to melt some mana. Rather unfortunate, but IG gonna be very
Dire's
happy with
top
at least
tower
avoiding
is
that
under
little
attack.
scenario. And for IG's end, I mean, you know, as this game drags on, you've pointed out, you've always talked about this, Mike, but the Enigma does become the focal point, right? Like, it does
Radiant
become
are
all about
scanning.
JT landing some black holes. You will have some backup from Emo down the line if he does build the Ags. So you could get like double black hole almost in sort of that effect, but that's still a long time away. Smoke out from IG here though.
They've even got the Aether Lens up on that Enigma now, so a bit more range. Red Panda though, perfect position. Fly. Nemo, he's just gonna zip right. He's had enough of this Enchantress. He wants what he can get. He'll take it, but it is certainly still a bit of a win for Aster.Aries, only losing the Pos 5. And IG, I mean, they still really haven't had an opportunity to pop this black hole. It just never has come about. The positive is, though, considering their draft, it just feels like they're going to outscale Aster.Aries anyway, so it's kind of like whatever. We'll just keep dragging out the game. It's all good.
Just keep stalling, just hold on to your key objectives, prevent any further tier 2s from falling, and just kind of have a space to farm in. They're fairly well protected in their jungle despite losing that bot tier 2. They've got a nice forward ward to watch any movement across the river, so they can just kind of keep an eye out on that. The Aegis here for Aster.Aries is fading. Less than a minute left for Ulu, and it doesn't feel like they've really gotten in as much as you want to with that Aegis here, and it does get them good farm. MKB is up on Ulu, so you can't just hammer in on Fly. If Fly does blink forward aggressively, TA is going to have an answer. However, the map state just feels too even. Like with this Aegis, with this kind of timings that Aster.Aries are meeting, you would expect them to keep the map more suppressed. Instead, IG are farming highly effectively while split
Dire's
up.
bottom tower is under attack.
Aster.Aries now going to try for the top tier 2 tower push. 15 more seconds on the Aegis timing here.
Radiant
At least
structures
try and
are
find an
fortified.
objective out of this.
Radiant's top tower
Rest
is
of
under
IG not
attack.
really reacting. They're just trying to push the bottom tier 2 tower as well. Siege Creep doing most of the work as the Aegis will expire.
Dire's bottom tower is
So it
under
should be a
attack.
tier 2 for tier 2 trade. And IG, they're not really
Radiant's top
TPing.
tower
Like,
is
they're not
under
interested in
attack.
defending. Even with the Aegis now down, they just don't really seem to care.
Dire's
Aster.Aries,
bottom
they'll go back
tower
into the
has
Radiant
fallen.
Triangle. IG will probably take over the Dyed Triangle. Very conservative Dota here between these two teams. Thing is, one mistake and it could just be high ground for either side. That's the problem.
Yeah, you've got really clear angles for both sides to kind of get that push going. So one has to be fairly
Dire's bottom
cautious
tower is under
of that
attack.
possibility. Good item pickups also lining up. FY with his own BKB.
Radiant's top
So our
tower
support
is under
Marcy is
attack.
ready to feel like a massive menace in the front line. Just kind of focus in, get the sidekick off, keep spamming out the rebounds. And just keep on
Emo, he's
scan.
under vision. Yes, stun is there. He's gonna die. In fact, never mind the vision. It was indeed the scan you pointed out, John. Gave that information over.
Radiant's middle tower is under
Trap
attack.
was there as well, to be fair. Now Aster.Aries, mid tier 2 tower.
Yeah, it's going. And
Radiant's
they
middle
might not be
tower
confident
has
enough for the
fallen.
high ground. They still have to watch the bot here as Aster.Aries are trying to force a response out, and they will get it. But
On low. Nice shackles. He's found the PA. FY is going to jump in and try and help out. Fly. He's going to blink out of there. FY, he's manning up. Look at this guy. Ponlo is going to drop FY. He couldn't TP out, could he? No, he won't. He actually ends up saving Fly, however. And he still finds a trade for himself.
yeah, it's not too bad for the side of IG. Like, you sacrifice, but You save your core. That does cost a BKB charge on Fly down to 7 seconds now. However, you prevent the side of Aster.Aries of even thinking about finding another tier 2. And just kind of grabbing him back, waiting for the respawn in Emo. So it's a lot. It's still that weird equilibrium state where there's still this slight lead coming up for Aster.Aries, but IG still has this untapped potential of Black Hole. JT, it's been 30 minutes. Very patient man. Has not seen the opportunity to show his control. Mind you, he's waiting for what seems to be his BKB first before anything else, so gonna give it that a shot. He has the option now as well for picking up the Psychic Headband, and it is flying out. So with the Aether Lens, he can really put that black hole from a long way away, Mikey.
Here we go. They might have their opportunity. Comes Aster.Aries. Xingxi gonna scan out for his team. Ollie around, wards drop. They have found the Death Prophet. That's a great target, but a great shackles out as well to hold them down. Emo, he got caught in the shackles, but BKB's there. He's alright for now as he zips forward once again onto Yi. Yi, meanwhile, he'll heal up just with the Spirit Siphons. In comes the daggers. Fly, trying to get some damage out into this Death Prophet, but no crits are coming out. He can't get it off. Fly, meanwhile, right back in. Does eventually find the DP. As JT is yet to find a black hole.
Oh.
There you go. There you go. The solo black hole onto the TA. Ulu, he's going to BKB up. JT's going to drop it. It won't matter. They'll find the TA eventually. On to Shang-Chi. They'll even find the Pango. A full team wipeout for IG. And it's a rather anticlimactic black hole. I know people going to spam the black Omega lol hole, you know, whatever it is. But what are you going to do, John?
Dire's
He's
middle
still
tower
secured the
has
team
fallen.
wipe.
Dire's middle tower
Yeah,
has fallen.
JT's patience is just awesome. This guy's like a monk. He's just sitting there and it's like, oh, we don't need this here. My team can do this. And he finds that one angle of the TA, trying to come in, trying to, find an opening after everyone's expended all their spells, and suddenly Black Hole's still up. It's just not something that
Dire's middle
you'd
tower
really
is
expect
under
at that
attack.
point in the team fight, at this point in the game. For just not seeing that.
Dire's
And
middle tower has
no,
fallen.
IG manages to punish Aster.Aries well. A full team wipe coming out. They've gotten control of the outpost. Roshan 40 seconds away, so there is ample time for the response of Aster.Aries. But
Emo's got a blink up now. What?
wait, did you really buy it? Oh my!
Yeah,
He actually did.
He bought a
Okay.
blink dagger.
I saw him
Yi?
cue it.
FY in trouble, and rather FY initiating. He's the one in trouble and does go down, and now Shang-Chi. Roll through, can't really do much. Fly might in fact keep chasing him as the dagger. Let's connect, but
Dire's top
be able to get the
tower
blink
has
strike.
fallen.
why does Emo have a blink dagger, John?
Why not? Why not? Blink in an Orchid and then spam your spell. It's there. Blink in Instant Vortex. Blink in Ags. Hello, Ags. If he does get that, the blink pays for itself. You can save your mana. Storm has mana issues again because Null is not an item. This is next level from Emo. It's just like the blinks we were seeing out from our Ember players, right? We'd see Ember blink. Why not Storm blink? It makes it has a rationality that is very hard to solve, but I can see the angle of it somehow.
I'll tell you what, John. You should have been a salesman. I reckon you've sold it to me. I love it. Why did he buy Blink? Because he can buy Blink. That's why. And he did buy Blink. He's a Giga Chat. He doesn't care.
Oh boy, Roche.
Next we'll see
Gonna be
the
a
Queen
quick
of
one as
Pain
well.
Blink, hopefully, from Emo.
Yeah, sometime. That would be nice. I would like to see the axe come out from Emo though. I like legitimately though. Blink Vortex. Blink Vortex is a lot less telegraphed. You have to understand, right? Ball Lightning's very telegraphed, but Blink Vortex is just as nasty as Black Hole. It literally is just Black Hole. So that might be the angle down the line. It's gonna take a while for that build up, but if Emo does pick that up, there you go. Just Blink Vortex instead of zipping across, then have a zip out. Easy.
I mean, it does make sense. I mean, all jokes aside, you are right. Like, you don't have the sound cue, you don't have the zip animation. It is much faster. I do agree with you on that. Well done, John. Problem is, you don't have the axe yet, John.
Well, you're highly mobile now as a Storm. Very mobile. Remember, Ember with Blink is kind of the same thing where if you can't really lock him in, then the Blink just doubles down on that and allows Emo to take massive risks forward. As long as he dodges out, you're good.
Go. Mid lane, a team fight might be there to break out. Zip in Emo, there you go. There's your jump in from Emo. Onto Yi, he'll switch over to Ponlo now on that Wind Ranger. Silence him up, still Ponlo surviving as JT now jumps in, that's a black hole. He's got 2 of them, he's got 2 cores. Ulu and Sheng-Si on that Pango, both set to drop. Perfect team fight once again, IG. Why the hell not, just making everything work. They head into the mid lane, onto the high ground. Time for a Rax, I think. Except this damn enchanted creep being very annoying in the mid lane, but eventually does get taken care of.
They've got the angle now. They've got the tower melting coming out from Fly. No threat of black hole, so that could be an opening for Aster.Aries, but they're not keen on forcing this fight either. And look at the damage output of Fly with Sidekick, like plus 300 damage. That is a sickening amount, and you can just melt everything that you want. They have angles for all of these objectives as well. No outer tower left. Aster.Aries gonna have to watch himself. So another prediction is correct, but I believe I'm gonna miss the kill prediction, unfortunately.
Thank you for that, Jonathan. Don't remember asking, but thank you.
It just pops out, I can't see it.
Mine was correct too, John. You don't hear me talking about it. Right?
The pop-out distracts me.
Alright. Ponlo, jump in. Oh, nice blur. Jukes out the shackles. In we go. FY, he just doesn't care. Right onto Red Panda. He will walk away for now, but the Wind Ranger is going to drop him. Just look at FY. He's diving tier 4 towers basically on his own. They'll try to melt him. Shallowgrave is going to be there. FY surely drops. Rolling Thunder's going to connect, stopping him in his tracks, but he's alive. He'll get the BKB off. Roll forward from Sheng-Si, but it is not going to work. Emo right back in onto Ulu. Finds the TA. That's it. GG's called. They've had enough. What a performance from IG. A bit of a slower paced game, but it all works in the favor of this Radiant side. As we do have game 1 going to IG.
Yeah, and we didn't even see the Storm Ags for Emo, so literally just the Blink won of that game. There you go. Storm Blink again showing us that it's good if you're Emo. That's all I'll say about that. IG have a spectacular game. Aster.Aries had her moments, and when it comes back to it, I think this draft idea they had to start